Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Susan McGuire. I'm Director of Professional Development at ACCE. I'm so happy to welcome you to our Winter 2019 ACCE E-Tour. Apologize for the slight delay, but we're really happy to get started. During this webinar, we will provide an overview of the many membership benefits and resources we have on our ACCE website, plus a little bit about ACCE's in-person networking options and information resources. With me today is Dana Ketterling, ACCE's Resource Development Officer, and Jen Pack, our Resource Coordinator. We're very pleased to be with you here today for our tour. So before we begin, I just have a few housekeeping items. First, all attendees are in listen-only mode during the webinar to avoid background noise. If you have a question, please use the question function in the webinar panel. Second, we will take some time for questions at the end of the webinar. Again, use that question function. It's on the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Just type in your question, and you can do that anytime during the webinar or when we're done with our presentations. And we here at ACCE will see the question, we'll repeat the question aloud and provide an answer when we get to the end of the presentation. If we run out of time to answer all questions, no worries, we will answer them individually after the webinar is over. So we'll reach out to you individually to answer your questions. And third, this webinar is being recorded and it will be up on the ACCE website within the next day or two, along with a link to our Fast Facts Guide, which is a way, has some short and sweet information on how to log in and certain key facts about our website. So you can also download the Fast Facts Guide as a handout from the webinar panel. So feel free to do that or download it later, either way. But either way, all you have to do today for the next 45 minutes or so is sit back, watch, and listen. One more thing I did want to let you all know about is that I actually have to leave our e-tour just a bit early today before the end. After I tell you about our professional development opportunities, which I'll do in a little bit. But you will be in great hands with Dana and Jen. And as always, please feel free to contact me after the webinar if you have any questions. So with all that, let's begin the tour. I will start by turning over the presentation to Jen Pack of our Ask ACCE Information team. Jen, take it away.
Thanks, Susan, and welcome everyone. I'd like to begin by giving you an update on what's happening in the information world of ACCE. We're going through some major changes, including that HERO is being rebranded as Ask ACCE. The HERO email has been replaced with askacce@acce.org and an online submit question form. In the future, Chamberpedia will be called simply Resource Pages. The Ask ACCE team has implemented some new software to better handle requests. And the information office is busy with data manipulation and cleanup to prepare for the migration of samples and our resource pages. Our goal is to have it all cleaned up, the samples library and the resource pages, and live by convention this summer. And today we'll tour the site, starting with the basics, such as how to log into the site and review and update your membership information. Keep in mind that many of the resources will be changing in the near future, and you can always use the Ask ACCE online form if you need assistance. You can find that by going to Information and then Help. And so by submitting your question to Ask ACCE. And I just wanted to start by showing you some of our menu topics up here. About is where you can get information on ACCE staff, the board, its history, location, and other information. Under professional development, and Susan will be talking about this a little later. And then there's networks. And Dana will cover these opportunities to learn network with your colleagues. And then we'll all be going over information, the Ask ACE service, and fringe benefits. Our homepage is frequently updated with news and events, upcoming webinars, division roundtable conference calls, and more. If you click on See More Upcoming Events, you'll see a complete listing of ACCE online events, as well as other chamber-related conferences and events. Now, if we go back up to the top of any of our web pages, we'll talk about how to log in. You can log in at the upper right-hand corner of the ACCE homepage or any of the pages on our website. Each member of your chamber should have his or her own username and password. If you don't know your username or password, you can request it by using the Ask ACCE online Submit a Question form. Once you're logged into the website, you can click on My Account to access the membership screen. This is where you can access your event registration. You can also search the ACCE membership directory or log into dynamic chamber benchmarking, which we'll talk about a little later. Those who have organization admin status can update chamber staff, and CEOs are automatically set up as organization admins, and we can set up other staff members on request. Let's take a look at how to update personal information. If you click on My Membership and then Update My Personal Information, this is where you can update your personal preferences, including your professional interest areas. This is where you can click or unclick any of the communities that you'd like to be part of. And just remember to click Save at the bottom of the page to save your preferences. And under My Membership is also where you're going to be able to change your username and password. Now let's take a look at the About tab. This is where you can read about more of ACCE's history, the board of directors, and our strategic plan, which will be updated soon. It's also where you can access the business directory and find out more about the All Access Pass and Horizon investors. And back to Susan.
Okay, well, thank you, Jen. That gives us a little overview on how to access information on the website and about ACCE. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dana Ketterling, who will talk about ACCE's networks, divisions, community peer groups, LinkedIn groups, and more. So, Dana, take it away.
Thanks, Susan. Hi, it's great to have everyone joining us today. I'm going to take you on a quick tour of our member directories and networks, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have following the tour. So let's start with our member directory, and I will wait for Jen to point that out for you. Within the member directory, you can search for individual members or their chambers, and you can email members through the directory too. We also have a separate business directory where you'll find our business members and sponsors, consultants who serve our industry. Additionally, some offer affinity programs designed to generate non-dues revenue, and many of them exhibit during our annual convention, which will take place July 14th through 17th in Long Beach, California, and Susan will be sharing more about that coming right up. Now, let's take a look at our networks, Jen. We wanted to extend an invitation to join our networks, and we're looking forward to connecting you. Our community peer groups are specifically designed for CEOs to build peer relationships within groups that are actually organized by community type and size. With in-person meetings and exclusive online networks, our peer groups are really lively sources of emerging trends and innovative work being done, and we welcome your involvement. You can view the roster for each one of our peer groups through the link provided, and you can also email an individual directly through the roster too. Next, let's review divisions, which are another great way to connect. Divisions are open to everyone and are truly your home base. They're organized by job function, as you will see, to help you connect with your closest counterparts. To join a specific division, you could just follow the links shown on each division page to sign up, Or you can also sign up through your account under the heading you just saw, My Membership, then update personal information, and finally edit professional interest areas. Once you join, you'll receive e-news specific to that particular division, invitations to webinars on related topics, and also invitations to scheduled division conference calls. We have a wide variety of divisions available, and we welcome you to connect with peers who share common interests with you. In addition to our divisions and peer groups, we've also set up a presence on many social networking websites. Our online forums, answers, and connections are just a click away. You've got several group channels on LinkedIn, and we hope you'll join one or more groups. Some of our divisions have their own LinkedIn groups, which you'll find within the individual division pages. We also have a page on Facebook, an ACCE YouTube channel. You can also follow ACCE by clicking the Twitter icon in the footer on the web pages, and you can get to our social media channels from the network's landing page. You can follow ACCE's blog from the website homepage. Click on ACCE blog, or the special feature hashtag ACCE Spotlight for current posts with great chamber models and news you can use. If you're not already part of a group, we invite you to join in the conversations, and we want to thank everybody already participating for the contributions that you make and the valuable expertise you're sharing. Okay, now I'm going to turn it back to Susan to share information on our professional development offerings. Susan?
Okay, well, thanks, Dana. So I'm just going to focus on a few aspects of our professional development programming, and I will be covering a lot of ground, but please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions after the webinar. I'd be happy to chat with you. First, I'll say a few words about our online education program, which we call ACCE University Online. ACCE University Online includes online e-courses, recorded convention and other training workshops, and webinars. You can access these offerings most easily by clicking on Professional Development at the top of any website page and then on ACCE University. You'll find the e-courses here. Click on any of the courses to find a more complete description and purchase them if you'd like. You can stop and start ACCE e-courses at any time and view them as many times as you like, and you or anyone on your staff can access them. Included in our e-courses are recorded convention and other training sessions from our conventions from 2014 to 2017. Convention tracks and also individual recorded workshops are available from those conventions. Our e-courses, including those recorded convention workshops, are offered for a fee that varies according to your membership type. You'll need your ACCE username and password to purchase them. Note, though, that if your chamber has purchased an ACCE All Access Pass, the e-courses are included within the pass, and they are also included within the Horizon Investor Benefits. So in those two cases, you or anyone in your chamber will be able to access them for no additional fee. And we have great news for you with regard to our convention sessions from our most recent convention, our 2018 convention in Des Moines. Available audio recordings and presentation slides from many of those convention sessions are available free of charge on our 2018 post-convention page. You can get to that page by clicking on Professional Development, hovering over Annual Convention, and then clicking on 2018 Annual Convention under Annual Convention Resources. You'll be able to find photos, videos, and lots of other information about the convention there too. So please take a look. So we're going to switch to webinars now. We have many free recorded webinars within our ACCE online catalog. The easiest way to access them is to hover over the ACCE University page, click on webinars, and then just scroll through and click on the icon for any webinar of interest. The webinars are in reverse chron order for those we presented in the last few years, and then in alphabetical order at the very end. They're all recorded webinars are included with your membership, so there's no additional fee. They're usually about an hour long, and where presentation materials have been made available to us, we've posted those right there on the webinar page along with the webinar recording, and you can download those for free. We've done a lot of new webinars over the past few months, including webinars on workplace wellness, chamber foundations, veterans issues, membership personas, a wonderful webinar by Kathy Height, NAFTA, and much more. So scroll through and click and learn. We'll also be doing additional live webinars and roundtable calls throughout the year. To access a schedule of those events, start again on the professional development page, hover over events, and then click on calendar. You'll see a listing of everything we have scheduled, and note that where there is an ACCE logo by the name of the event, that event is sponsored by ACCE. We've also listed a few other events by state and regional chamber associations too, where we have available information. You'll see that we have several roundtable calls coming up. Click on the roundtable of your choice for details on how to join the calls. And during those calls, we offer an open opportunity for discussion and brainstorming with your peers so you can continue to build your professional network. We also have webinars on the calendar. We have one coming up by the Downtown Des Moines Chamber's CEO on their award-winning Leadership Education and Advancement Pipeline Program, and that's on January 23rd. And we have the Chamber of Commerce of Hawaii will be presenting on their successful Hawaii on the Hill program on February 14th. And then there's much more if you keep on scrolling. ACCE sends out a regular weekly e-blast every Monday, and that e-blast includes links to the upcoming webinars and roundtable calls for that week. We also send out e-blasts for individual webinars about a week in advance. So there's a number of ways to keep informed and up to date on what we have planned. Again, note there's no charge to participate in ACCE roundtable calls or webinars. You will generally need to register for the webinars beforehand and occasionally for roundtable calls. So click on the event listing and find out information about how to register. So I'm going to switch to in-person trainings now. In addition to our online offerings, we have several major in-person training sessions every year. The biggest in-person event of the year is our annual convention, and that's held every summer. We're in the planning stages for our 2019 convention, which will take place on July 14th through 17th in Long Beach, California. Registration for the convention opens on February 18th. You can find out more information about the convention on our convention website page, which you can access right from the home page, as Jen did. You can already book rooms at our convention hotels. And we will be updating this website with much more information, including speakers, workshops, agenda, special events, and more. So keep checking this page, and we are making plans, and we're excited to see you there if you can make it. As we mentioned before, you can get handouts and presentations from our recent past conventions from our website as well. To do so, click on Professional Development, hover over Annual Convention, and then click on the Convention Resource page for those conventions. And then just scroll down through the convention and take a look at the handouts and presentation materials that we have. So besides convention, we have two additional in-person trainings. Our annual sales training conference is held in March every year and features speakers on a variety of sales and membership topics for both new and seasoned membership representatives. Our 2019 sales training will take place at the Dallas Regional Chamber on March 28th and 29th. And you can find information on that by clicking on the homepage tile that Jen has up right now. Click there, and there we have the information we have about that right there. You can register, you can book your hotel room, and we will have an agenda for the sales training in early to mid-February. So keep checking there. It's really a highlight for our members in the sales and membership fields, lots of opportunity for learning and networking. So I hope you'll consider attending if you are in the sales or membership field. We also hold an annual events training conference in the fall for chamber professionals involved in planning and leading Chamber of Commerce events. That conference will take place in October at a location to be determined soon, so please stay tuned. To find the handouts from past sales training and events training conferences, click on Professional Development and then scroll down to Resources from Past ACC Conventions and Conferences. Handouts and track packs from conventions and sales trainings are accessible there. So before I end this section of our tour, I just want to take a short detour to mention the many other opportunities here at ACCE for education and networking for membership development professionals. The starting place for this learning is our Membership Development Division page, which you can get to by clicking on Networks, hovering over Divisions, and clicking on Membership Development Division. Just a couple things I want to point out on our MDD page. real quickly, you'll see that we are currently accepting applications for our 2019 Sales Mentorship Program. Here, experienced membership professionals will be matched with more junior peers to provide advice on best practices, sounding boards for sales challenges, and recommended resources on all phases of the sales process. This program is free, but it is limited to about 8 to 10 mentorship pairs. To apply, just click on mentor application if you would like to be a mentor, or mentee application to be a mentee. Our deadline for applications is January 25th, which is a week from Friday. You can also get to our sales conference page from the MDD page, and you can learn more about our resources and programming for new membership professionals. Note that we will have a series of 4 roundtable calls. I may not be there. We will have a series of 4 membership calls for new membership professionals starting on January 23rd. I think I need to update the page to reflect that, but that will be on our event page listed with the webinars. That's on January 23rd. You can download copies of sales training conference handouts from this page, access links to our Chamberpedia or information office pages on membership topics. There's links to past membership e-newsletters, recorded webinars on membership topics, and recorded roundtable calls. So it's really your one-stop shop if you're a membership professional. If you are a member of the MDD, you'll get regular newsletters. You will get notices of scheduled webinars or roundtable discussions, and more. If you'd like to join the MDD, click on divisions at acce.org or update your profile online to add the MDD to your profile by clicking on Update Your Profile to receive MDD communications. You'll need your ACC username and password to access this page. You can also just email me. Click on my name down at the bottom of the page, and I will get you signed up for the MDD. One final note about MDD is that we also on that page have information on our Circle of Champions program. The Circle of Champions is part of the MDD and sponsors 2 recognition programs for chamber sales professionals, our annual sales contest and our annual Lifetime Sales Achievement Award program. So to find out more, just click on the links for those 2 programs. And to join the Circle of Champions, click on the Circle of Champions page and click on Enroll Your Sales Team today. Next, I'd like to show you quickly how to get information on the many prestigious awards that are presented at our annual convention. To find out information about those awards, click on Professional Development, hover over Awards, and you'll see the major categories of awards that are given out each year. If you click on any of the award links, you'll find out more information about the award requirements, due dates, and contact people at ACCE who can provide you with more information. The last thing I'll touch on is the Certified Chamber Executive, or CCE program. The CCE is the only national certification for chamber professionals. It's available to chamber professionals who have 6 or more years of senior level management experience and are currently in a senior level chamber management position. To find information about the CCE program, click on Professional Development and then on CCE. This section of the website contains information on timeline, eligibility requirements, the application, resources, and much more. When you get to that page, please feel free to click on my name and send me an email if you have any questions. We've just begun the 2019 program, but if you're interested for the future, I would love to talk with you. And our application deadline for our 2020 class is January 6th, 2020. Just a final note about professional development at ACCE. We do have a job posting board that you can access from the professional development page. Click on the link to find out more. And I believe you can get to the Job Watch page right from the home page too. So take a look for that. So that is a quick summary of ACC University Online and our other professional development resources. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or suggestions for professional development topics that you'd like to see us offer in the future. And as I said before, I will need to leave you all now, but before I do so, I will turn things over to Jen Pack, who will share information on the Ask ACC Information Library and then open it up to you all for your questions. Thanks, everybody. Jen, back to you.
Thanks, Susan. As Susan said, I'll cover the resources available to your chamber in ACCE's information section. So from the information tab, you'll access the resources and information page. And it's our goal to make it easy for our members, any staff person at any chamber, regardless of type or size, to find relevant information to help them do their job. And there are a number of resources available to you. There's Chamberpedia, which are the research guides organized by topic that include a variety of resources, including strategic planning, case studies, chamber models, and best practices. There's also Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking, or DCB. It's a participatory data survey tool that you can use to identify trends and benchmark your chamber against other chambers. There's also the Samples Library, and this is a library of documents collected from member chambers with samples such as board member agreements, position descriptions, marketing plans, annual reports, and more. We also have the Ask ACCE service, and this is the service we provide to members, which includes a basic Q&A and also research services. You can typically expect a reply in 24 to 48 hours, and the best way to reach us is through the online Submit a Question form. Okay, I want to go back to the Samples Library, which is the library that includes working documents collected from your peers and all kinds of topics, including marketing materials, membership brochures, bylaws, annual reports, job descriptions, and many other items, including award winners. And these samples are a great way to save time. You can download, edit, and customize any document. And so the best way to search for this is to pick a broad topic and then use the keyword search to narrow it down. And you can see the results here are bylaws from various chambers that concern foundations. You can also filter by chamber revenue size or the community peer group that the document came from. And as I mentioned before, we're currently in the process of weeding older and irrelevant samples from the samples library, and we're holding off on adding any new material at this time. We hope to have it cleaned up and running before the convention this year. Now let's go to Chamberpedia, which can be accessed through the information tab. And these are chamber-specific guides that contain the best of compilations in 13 chamber-specific topics. Membership's a popular one. Within these 150-plus subject pages, you'll find in-depth resources from ACCE peers and other expert materials, including research papers, chamber best practices, samples, articles from Chamber Executive Magazine and industry publications, webinar recordings, and convention materials. You can also use the search bar up at the top to search for a specific topic. And in the results list, you'll find related pages as well as samples. Now let's move on to chamber statistics and benchmarking. I'm just going to show you really quickly what dynamic chamber benchmarking looks like and some of the benefits of using it. So to log in, you can go to My Account and then to Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking. And Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking houses the operations and salary surveys and provides data comparisons, membership statistics, and custom reports. The reports you produce will show how your chamber compares with its peers, as well as your performance over time. And members use this for member retention, benchmarking, and salary comparisons, board reports and annual reports, staff retreats, strategic planning, and annual program of work planning. DCP is accessible to all members and chambers that complete 50% or more of the survey questions for any given fiscal year. And you can enter your data for free into the operations or salary survey areas, and then produce reports. All you need is your ACC username and password, and it'll get you into dynamic chamber benchmarking. And these two survey sections, operations and salary is only open to CEOs and their delegates, but all staff have access to the operations survey. You can participate in the fall fiscal year 2018 survey questions now, and we'll be able to create benchmarking reports this spring once we reach a critical mass of survey participation. You can also participate and access previous survey years from 2017 to 2012. So what do you get out of DCB? I'm going to show you how to download a report. Once you're in a year that you've filled out at least 50% of the more of the questions from, you'll be able to download these reports. The membership statistics report is a really popular one. And the great thing about these reports is that you can customize them to your chamber, and that'll show you where you stand in revenue, expenses, fundraising, board governance, and membership statistics like retention and market penetration, if I can get it to open. The data in these reports will empower you and your staff to make decisions, look to the past, and plan for the future, and also be dynamic with your benchmarking. The data that we collect in DCB is used to produce our membership statistics and operations publication, and also the salary and benefit survey publication. The membership statistics report is free to all members, while the operations and salary reports are available for purchase. And those publications are also free to Horizon Investor and All Access Pass members. I want to point out just a couple more resources. The first is our Horizon initiative, and that can be accessed through the Information tab, but also from our homepage. And it's a study that examines how chambers are adapting and evolving in megatrends since 2015. The 8 influences help to inspire chambers to shape their future. Oh, gosh. Sorry about this, folks. I'm just having some problems getting things to load. But from the homepage, if you scroll down, you can see Horizons initiatives, and you'll see the 8 influences here. And they inspire chambers to shape their future and transform into community catalysts to be the best place to live, learn, work, and of course, play. And Dana, I'm going to just pass it on to you to go over fringe benefits.
Sounds great. Thanks, Jen. And I'll just cover briefly our fringe benefits that are available for chamber CEOs and staff. So ACC Benefits Trust is a group of your peers offering members access to high quality and affordable employer-sponsored retirement and group insurance plans. These include a 401k profit sharing plan, we have a 457B deferred compensation plan, and also a Mighty Mini popular 401k plan designed for organizations with 5 or fewer employees. Additionally, our group insurance programs include life, disability, dental, vision, travel insurance, and even telemedicine. An added benefit for chambers participating in any one of our 401k or group insurance plans is access to Think HR, and Think HR provides a free and direct access to HR experts via phone or email, a large HR library, and numerous employee training courses. And just to emphasize, you also have access to a large library of human resource samples, including position descriptions, employee manuals, HR policies, and more within our samples library that Jen just covered. You can contact Stacy Breslin, she's our VP of Benefits, for more information and about any of the Chamber Employee Benefits programs. So, Jen, I think that covers it, and maybe we have time for a few questions.
Yes, if anyone does have questions, you can enter them into the question area right now, and Dana and I can check for those. And you just learned a lot about ACCE resources and benefits, and we, expect that there will be questions either now or for the future. And just know that if we don't get to it right now, we can always reply by email if something comes up. And I don't see any questions coming through, so thanks everyone for joining us. And if you do think of any things, please just be sure to email us. You can email askacce@acce.org. And thank you for your time and your participation. And we'll be posting the recording and the Fast Fact Guide on the ACCE University page. Thanks for your time, your interest, and being part of ACCE, and have a great afternoon.
Thanks, everyone. Look forward to staying in touch. Bye.